Good afternoon, SHS, and welcome to the Salem Show from our Washington County Community Foundation studios at Salem High School. I'm your host, Sydney Brown.
And I'm your other host, Kendall Hickey.
Welcome to our exceptional 8th episode.
What makes this episode so exceptional?
Because we are closing in on the last episode, and well, you're on the show.
Aw, thanks.
You're welcome, but mainly because we are doing a show on back-to-back weeks. So let's move on with the show.
This is where you get all the latest and greatest newsworthy activities happening at Salem High School and beyond.
So what's going on? The Military Club is accepting donations for care packages to be sent to deployed Indiana soldiers. All donations can be brought to room 233, the ISS room.
The following list is ideas for donations: hard candies, non-perishable snacks, beef jerky, hygiene items, playing cards, dice, and baby wipes.
Honor Day is May 12th at 9 a.m. Parents are allowed to take their senior to lunch after the awards program, but seniors must return to SHS for 5th period at 12:40 p.m. This is open to the public.
Graduation is May 27th at 2 p.m. This will be held in the Brooks Memorial Gymnasium and is open to the public. Seniors will receive tickets, usually around 4, at graduation practice for floor seating. Bleachers are open seating. It will be live streamed on Facebook and YouTube.
Seniors, anything between now and the end of the year will be sent in an email and posted in the Google 2023 classroom.
The senior year is going by quickly. Make good decisions and keep your grades up.
Reminder, you must have passed all your required classes and met other state requirements by completing a graduation pathway and the gold paper to go along with it in order to march at graduation.
Remember, vending machines are off limits during school hours. If you need a snack, go to the vending machines before the start of school or after school has let out for the day.
And just your yearly reminder about your Chromebook. Make sure when your Chromebook gets down to 5%, you charge it.
Shut down your Chromebook to charge it. This will eliminate most issues in charging Chromebooks.
And winter is still here, so be careful with your Chromebook. Make sure you're not leaving your Chromebook out in the cold because this may harm the screen or interfere with connections.
So let's kick it over to Davin for the weather.
What's it going to be like this upcoming week?
Thanks, Sid and Hick. I can't wait for this upcoming week. The weather looks great, if you're a duck. So let's see what's happening. Friday, we'll have a high of 66 and a low of 51 with a 61% chance of rain. And we have a baseball home game versus Orleans, and it's the Kentucky Oaks. Saturday, we'll have a high of 70, a low of 55, it'll be cloudy, and it's the Kentucky Derby. Sunday, we'll have a high of 81, a low of 59, and it'll be mostly cloudy. Monday, we'll have a high of 78, a low of 61, it'll be mostly sunny with a 49% chance of rain. Tuesday, we'll have a high of 79, a low of 59, mostly sunny with a 58% chance of rain. And it's Victory in Europe Day, or VE Day, is a May 8th holiday. It commemorates the end of fighting in Europe during World War II. After years of war, the Third Reich of Nazi Germany was defeated. During the war, millions of people were killed. On April 30th, 1945, Adolf Hitler, Germany's dictator, committed suicide in his bunker in Berlin. On May 8th, 1945, the war in Europe was finally over. American GIs were coming home. The German army ceased fighting on May 2nd and formally surrendered unconditionally on May 7th. The surrender of all German forces was arranged for May 8th at 11:01. The Allied countries celebrated the victory and the cessation of hostilities. Did you know the originally planned date for the celebration of VE Day was May 9th, 1945? But journalists caught wind of the plans, so the U.S. and Britain moved the date up by a day to May 8th. Russia kept the originally planned date of May 9th. Russia still celebrates VE Day on May 9th. Wednesday, we'll have a high of 80, a low of 56, mostly sunny with a 24% chance of rain. Thursday, we'll have a high of 76, a low of 57, mostly sunny, and a 24% chance of rain. Friday, we'll have a high of 74, a low of 55, mostly sunny, and a 58% chance of day. And it's Limerick Day, and I have a limerick for you. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard," by Edward Lear. Now, let's pause for a short commercial break, then head over to Community News with Elaine.
What can I give to the Community Foundation? The short answer is practically anything. However, we want to work with you to make sure that you give the gift that is most beneficial for you. We know you want to be generous, but why not also maximize your tax savings while you're at it? Very often, people give cash. However, We can also accept stocks, bonds, life insurance, IRAs, real estate, and even grain, timber, and livestock. But please don't bring your cow to our office. We are happy to work with you to determine the gift that makes the most sense for you.
Thanks, Davern, for the weather update. One day, it will stop raining. So let's just get our minds off the weather and find out what's been happening in our community. On April 12th, the Washington County Community Foundation and the City of Salem had a dedication at Lake Celinda for a new art installation. Indiana University students worked with the City of Salem, Washington County Community Foundation, and Salem High School students on the design process. The design is to represent the city's heritage and culture. Mayor Green said, "These are truly unique pieces designed specifically to represent Salem and our heritage. They are fun, thought-provoking, and will hopefully inspire both contemplation and conversation." There are more improvements planned for Lake Celinda. Concrete gaming tables, a bathhouse, and electric work are in the process of being started. Lake Celinda is being improved to enhance tourism and make it a destination for outdoor recreational enthusiasts and those that want to come out and relax and enjoy the lake. So if you want something fun to do, then head to Lake Celinda. Monday, the Washington County Community Foundation celebrated the dedicated mural at the Y lobby, sharing the legacy of Jane and Jack Etzler. This tree also recognizes many other generous donors in the community that support the foundation and the YMCA. All the trees are still growing. Call the foundation for more information on how to add your name. Now let's toss it to Braden at the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk for the Salem Sports Minute after this commercial.
Shop local at Lynx Clothing and Shoes. Lynx offers a wide variety of clothing. Looking for a nice outfit for the night? Lynx has it. Need a nice pair of shoes to go with it? Lynx has it. Lynx doesn't just offer nice clothes, though. They also provide all your local sports team gear. Shop for Salem, Eastern, or West Washington merchandise. Is your child missing any sports gear for his or her game? Lynx has it. With the wide selection and stylish and comfortable clothing and shoes, all your sports gear and equipment needs, along with the reasonable prices and a central location in the heart of downtown Salem, Indiana, there is no reason you shouldn't stop by and shop at Lynx Clothing and Shoes.
Thanks, Elaine. Now let's get into sports from the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. In Lady Lions tennis, SLN would like to say congratulations to Sydney Burton for taking third place in the Scottsburg Invitational over the weekend. This past Tuesday night, they faced the Lady Cats from North Harrison and they lost. Baseball lost to Austin 10-1 this past Monday. They ran over the Rams at Paoli, and they host the Orland Bulldogs tonight. Salem baseball and softball will be hosting the Washington County Tourney tomorrow starting at 9 a.m., so come out and support the Lions and the Lady Lions. Speaking of the Lady Lions softball, they lost to Seymour this past Monday, then they lost to Lanesville this past Tuesday. Wednesday, they played at Madison, and they hosted the Corden Central last night. Recently, we had a chance to sit down with the new volleyball coach and basketball coach. Now let's go to the interviews.
Tonight we get to sit down and talk to the new Salem Lions volleyball coach, Stephen Bradbury. Thank you for meeting with me today. Give us a 30,000-foot view about you.
30,000, well, I went to Paoli High School, graduated from Paoli High School, went to Joliet Junior College and played football there. I have 3 children, 2 daughters and a son. I have 8 grandchildren. My daughter played college volleyball at St. Catherine College. My son played football and ran track at Indiana State. So sports and athletics has always been a part of my family. I ran a health club, owned and operated a health club in Indianapolis, which was the largest health club in Indianapolis at the time, and was voted #1 fitness center in Indianapolis at the time. Have personal relationship. We had a lot of personal relationships with Indianapolis Coats players. They were just right down the road. Jeff Saturday, which was former head coach at Indianapolis last year, his wife worked for me during that time. We became real good friends. And Devon McDonald, which is a Champions for Christ, president and CEO, played for the coach, became a personal friend of mine. So we've had a lot of influences in sports through my years. So,
What made you want to become the coach of the Lady Lions volleyball team?
well, I coach club volleyball, and I've also coached high school volleyball, and I got a chance to be able to have some girls that are in the 8th grade here that have a lot of talent, and I seen there was a lot of talent here, and I seen that they were not very successful last year, and they've had history here of being successful. I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to come in and implement, some things to get them back on track, and it motivated me because the girls that were here that I got to see that are very talented.
What do you expect out of your seniors as leading the team this year?
A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of hard work, and a lot of encouragement to the underclassmen.
What are some of the adjustments you might have to make coming into the high school game versus the travel circuit?
Well, I coach high school volleyball, and I also coach club. So the difference is obviously club you get to choose, and you have girls from all different schools that have a lot of same skills and a lot better sometimes skills than what you have in high school at a team level. So some of the adjustments is basically getting back down to the fundamentals and getting girls to play together as a team and working on the basic things of trying to pass, set, and hit the ball. So.
The Mid-Southern Conference is usually loaded with tough competition. Who do you think will be battling for a conference title this year?
Obviously, Silver Creek is right there. Jeff Zingerman does a fantastic job. Jeff's a friend of mine. I've known him for several years. I actually seen him this last weekend, competed against him this last weekend. Brownstown's right there, always right there with them. But Charlestown should have a very good team. Some of the girls that played for me are seniors this year. They played for me for 3 years. They'll be tough. They will be probably in the third, around there in the third, but obviously Brownstown and Silver Creek is always the top of the heat.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
About the Mid-Southern Conference or overall?
Overall.
I want to get the best athletes that are in the school here to get a chance to see how much fun and exciting that volleyball can be. And volleyball is the fastest growing sport in the United States right now. They're actually going to have a professional volleyball team starting up in January. So the growth of volleyball is unbelievable, along with soccer. But I think that if you can get athletes out to play, you're going to be able to get faster, quicker, and be able to win sooner than later. So.
Again, thank you for sitting down and talking to me today. Good luck this year, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Today we get to sit down with the newly hired Lions basketball coach, Salem grad, and former Lions basketball player, Jalen Nice. Thanks for sitting down with me, Coach Nice.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Let's get started. Where have you been since you graduated from Salem?
So when I graduated from Salem, I went and played a year at Anderson University of college basketball. From there, I transferred to Purdue University, majored in biochemistry, was a practice player for the women's team there, and ended up being a graduate assistant coach for them the last 2 years.
What brought you back home?
I love Salem. I love being home. My family's here. A lot of my friends are still here. There's nothing like a southern Indiana summer, fishing and kayaking down the creeks.
The team is coming off a disappointing 122 record last year. What do you see as the goal for the team, and what does the team need to do to improve their record this year?
Yeah, obviously we want to improve that. I think we've got some pretty good athletes around here, so we can definitely improve upon that. We want to continue to play hard, compete harder. What I'm going to tell them is we just want to be tough to beat. We want to be tough to beat. We want to compete in every single game, play hard. We're going to guard hard. We're going to be a defensive-minded team, play fast, do a lot of 5-out offense. And again, we just want to be gritty. We want to be gritty. We don't want anyone to come in here and just walk all over us. So we're going to be hard-nosed, tough to beat, and that's what I'm just going to preach to them every day.
Have you got a chance to meet the team members yet?
I got a chance to meet some of them last summer, playing some open gyms. I went and helped Coach Malloy out with some camps last year, so I'm familiar with their faces and their names. Not so much their game, but hopefully this summer we can get some open gyms going and can see how they play.
What's the main characteristic of coaching that makes you enjoy it?
I love building relationships. I love pushing kids to be better. I love pushing people to be better. I think coaches can be really important mentors for kids in their life. Sometimes they see coaches more than they do their parents, especially at the college level. I got a lot of time with our players up there, and I can attest that they helped me grow and I helped them grow. So just being able to give back and invest in other people is something that I really love about coaching.
How will your knowledge from the college game and your time as a Lions player help you and the team?
Just from being a player here, you know, we were pretty good my last 2 years, and my sophomore year we started building a little bit. I feel like I know how to win. I know what it takes to be really good. I worked really hard in high school. I've been around a lot of really good coaches, a lot of really good players, seen how people have built themselves and the way they handle themselves from day to day. So from a high school standpoint, I can say I think what worked for me may not work for other people, but I can give suggestions, and I have a wide variety of knowledge in that regard. And from the college game, you know, there are some sets that from the college game I may implement, different defensive strategies. We're going to be a pretty scout-based team as well. Like, we'll play hard defensively, but we'll know, you know, take Jack Benner, for example. If he likes to get to his left hand, we'll try to keep him right. So just locking in on tendencies and knowing how to scout, being able to implement that from in practice to games and just stuff like that. The college game basketball is really not that much different from level to level. The only thing that changes is the level of athletes. So what I've picked up at Purdue, what I've picked up from things per se like Iowa's done with Caitlin Clark, you know, maybe we can implement some of that as well.
Any nerves on game day, or do you have any routines that you do on game day, especially since it will be your first year as head coach of the Lions, where in this state, basketball is a way of life, not just a game?
Yeah, you know, in high school, I used to always tie my left shoe before my right. It was sock, sock, shoe, shoe. So maybe I'll incorporate some of that. I used to read my Bible before every game, the same 6 verses. As a player at Purdue, my time was so thin. It was kind of just get the scout ready, make sure I'm prepped, and get on the court. But I'll probably, you know, implement a few of the same things as far as the way I put my shoes on, and probably, I know in the later like tournament games, I always like to take a seat and look on the court, just kind of look around, see where I'm at, and be present for a second, have a quiet moment, and then get them ready to go.
Jumping back to next year's squad, what are some of your goals for the year?
I think we can just be improve upon holding teams under their average. I'd love to be a team that keeps a team under their average for scoring. I'd like to turn them over a lot. Like I said, just improve upon our turnovers, maybe not turn the ball over so much, taking good shots, giving up good shots for great shots, being more connected as a unit, making sure that you know, we're teammates and classmates, and we go to the same school, so we got to have each other's back and know that we're going to be working for a common goal. The thing too is, like, I just want them to know that you know, I have their back too, and as long as they have mine, we'll be good. And I just want a really cohesive unit from that standpoint. The wins will take care of themselves. Wins will come. Sometimes there's a lot that goes on in the basketball game that you can't really control when it comes to wins and losses. Sometimes shots fall, sometimes they don't. But I just want us to be steady. I want us to be a steady group on and off the court.
Your first game as coach will be against a school that you know pretty well, West Washington. How do you think it will feel to walk on the Ron Smith basketball court as a coach and not a player?
It'll be different. I'm used to playing there. I'm going to want to play. I'm going to tell you, I wish I had my Kobe's on, running out there and shooting threes, making a few moves and shooting some layups. But I'm going to be excited. You know, my dad played at West Washington. I have a lot of close friends that graduated from there, know that area well. So it'll be special. Like, a lot of my family's from out there. So first game being at West Washington, that's a huge rivalry. It'll be special to kind of jump in the fire right away.
Have you added to your staff yet?
No, I'm working on that. Calling people, making some calls here.
Is there anything else you would like to say to Lion Nation?
Lion Nation, let's ride.
Again, thank you, Coach Nice, for sitting down and talking with me at the Salem Lions News Network. And good luck in the future.
Thanks.
This has been Elaine Houchin with SLNN.
Thanks, Coach Bradbury and Coach Nice, for sitting down with SLNN, and good luck in the future. The Stanley Cup playoffs kicked off strong, and we are now into round 2. There were major upsets during these, so let's get into it. First, let's start with the most depressing news. The Rangers lost to the Devils in their tiebreaker game to an overtime goal. It's safe to say I will watch the Devils games strictly to root against them. As you might recall, the Bruins are the best team and had the best record of any NHL team ever. Well, they lost to the Florida Panthers in a Game 7. The fact this happened at all is mind-blowing, but we'll just move on past that. Next, the Maple Leafs defeat the Lightning to go to their first round 2 since 2004. Keep in mind, they beat a Stanley Cup finalist to get there. And for the last big upset, the Kraken, a team of only 3 years, beats the defending Stanley Cup champions. I have absolutely zero idea what's going on this year. But for the less important games, the Dallas Stars win against the Minnesota Wilds and now play against the Kraken. The Golden Knights won against the Jets and are now playing the Oilers, who won against the LA Kings. Toronto and Florida are playing each other. Both of them took home huge upsets, so that's going to be an interesting round. And the Hurricanes won against the Islanders and are now playing the Devils. So expect to see a lot of red, black, and white if you watch those games. Well, that seems to be it for the Sports Minute. Before we head back to the anchors, let's break for a commercial that our very own SLNN crew produced for the Salem Speedway.
This Sunday, Cooley's Heating and Air presents the Derby Hangovers Twin 75. Racing is back for the 2023 season at the historic Salem Speedway, now under new ownership. Part of Racing War since 1947, the legendary half-mile track features high bank turns and newly paved front and back stretches, built for fast speeds, exhilarating action, and roaring crowds. Gates open at 10 a.m. and racing starts at 2 p.m. So bring the whole family and all your friends and enjoy the fast action at the Salem Speedway. See you there.
Thanks, Braden, and thank you for tuning in to the Salem Show from the Washington County Community Foundation studios.
This concludes our exceptional 8th episode of season 10 of the Salem Show.
As the show runs down, we would like to remind everyone watching to like and subscribe to our YouTube account and streaming channels.
Also, don't forget to check out our other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
On these apps, you can view an array of videos and updates about our Salem Lions News Network.
Let's not forget about our radio station, 700 Roar Radio.
You can find it online at live365.com or on Roku.
Content is added daily, including the 411.
We'll see you next time, and have a great gold-blooded week, Lions. Hold on. Can I say 8th episode?
What makes this so... Well, now I got to say episode 2. Okay.
The military is accepted... Hold on. Sorry.
The cessation? Oh, how do you even do it? I forgot the mostly sunny and 24 on Wednesday. I just skipped over that. It's just, I knew I'd mess it up.
Pieces. Trick work.
As the show runs down, hold on, I stuttered again.